Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, my headset is better than yours. Welcome to the 23rd episode of the 9Trick podcast. I am in a new location with my boy. I'll keep these on. Looks pretty swag. They look so terrible.
Some Joe Rogan type
Some
shit.
Joe Rogan type shit. We got my boy INEX here. Patrick.
Have you ever tried
INEX
DMT?
Jimenez. Go look him up on Facebook, guys. He's got some pretty cute pictures up there.
Don't do that.
But yeah, we got INEX here. We haven't had a podcast in a very long time. We're in a very new location. We're at INEX's living room. He lives in the dorms here at NMSU. What is this? Chamisa?
This is Cervantes.
Cervantes, the shittiest
The
dorms.
slums, yeah.
The slums of New Mexico
Chilling though.
State.
Chilling. It's nice.
It's not as bad as I thought it would be.
You know, it's like there could be worse. You know, like could be.
Oh, yeah.
There could be there could be like rats and shit. You know.
Yeah, doesn't Pixels live down here?
I think so.
Yo, shout out Pixels, man. I had a whole podcast with him. He hates me now. There's so many people that I've done podcasts with that hate me now, and it's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, you know, maybe it's like a curse. You know, you hop on the podcast and
You just
hate. Yeah, everyone hates
hate
you.
me later on. But yeah, welcome to the 9Trick podcast. We haven't done this in a while. This is my first ever video that I'm recording on a different lens than what you guys are used to, either my webcam or my regular lens. Brought to you by INEX. He lent me his
Had to lend the boy the lens.
his GoPro lens. He took that shit off his little
of course, yeah.
little GoPro and put it on. Shout out INEX.
You know, did a lot of soldering and shit. You know, the camera's probably fucked.
Oh yeah, we're fucked.
It's worth.
I don't
it's
even
worth,
know if I'm recording.
Worth.
Let me double check that I'm recording. Scuffed podcast. Okay, we are recording. So scuffed. Anyway,
that was a good intro. I'd be
It
kind
was
of
a pretty
sad
good
that
intro.
if we fucked it up.
I
you
know.
Is the mic on? What are the mics not on?
No, the mic is on. I'm
Oh, wait,
sure
we're-
recording.
Oh, I forgot we're not recording off of the.
No, I use the microphone just to kind of keep my place on the podcast
Of course.
when it comes to audio. Anyway, we got some questions added up for INEX here off the dome. INEX.
Hit me with it.
One question that I always ask everybody that comes on my podcast is, what is the origin of your gamer tag?
Oh, let's do it. Okay, so
Is it inexpensive?
you
Patrick inexpensive?
know, as cheap as I might be, that is not the origin.
Fuck.
The origin comes from elementary school.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
it's kind of crazy. So I remember
I'll
I
post
was
a picture of him in middle school.
Yeah,
right here.
hit me with that one picture of me where I have no beard and I look really bad. Just overlay it. Anyways, so I was chilling, like we were chilling in fucking like 5th grade or some shit. We all have our PS3s back then. That's what we all
PS3s?
rocked with.
Dude, you weren't an Xbox kid? Get the
No,
fuck
I
out of
wasn't.
here.
I was
Podcast
not a
over, dude.
360 kid. I was like the weirdo with
This
the
guy was
PS3.
getting hacked on in Modern Warfare 2 lobbies.
Yeah. So anyways, dude, I got my first PS3 like some Christmas or some shit, and I was like, my friends are asking me like, hey, what's your tag gonna be? I'm like, damn, I don't know. So I
Ranged
grabbed.
Warrior 11. The fucking just random generated.
I gotta tell you about the first gamer tag before
Shit.
INEX. So I called myself Pat Ninja, right?
Pat Ninja.
Kind of classic for a 5th grader. but instead of a J, I put a G.
Pat Ninja. Oh, he almost got me.
I put a G like an idiot because I didn't know how to spell back then.
Still dumb.
That was really funny. You know, but after that, I upgraded my gamer tag. I got a new account or whatever. And I was sitting
The last one got hacked, bro.
after I got banned.
Oh, shit.
Nah, I didn't
You
get
got banned off of Killzone 2 lobbies,
Dude,
dude.
I got banned off of my little planet. Is that what it's called?
Oh, a Little Big Planet.
Little Big Planet. My
Let's
Little
type in
Planet.
the R word.
Yeah, they're like, fucking ban this guy. Anyways, so I was sitting in the cafeteria with my homeboys, and I got 2 like flashcards, right? And I was like, all right, I'm gonna split it up between name 1 and name 2, and I'm gonna merge them. So I wrote the most cringy shit, like killer, like ninja,
Apex Killer.
some like all that shit on 2, and I'm like, on one of them I had infusion, and on the other one I had extremes. And back then I was like,
You were big brain.
Yeah,
dude.
this
Holy
shit is gonna hit. This is gonna get numbers. So I merged them. Infusion extremes. That was my PlayStation gamer tag forever, right?
Fusion.
And then I go to PC, and I'm like, okay, this name's fucking ass.
It
So I was
really
like, you know what? I'll just fucking merge it again. Infusion, X, Extremes, INEX. And that's
Bro, what the fuck?
that's how I got my fucking name. And it's chill. It's a unique
It's not
4-letter. It's a unique 4-letter. You know, it's kind of, you don't see those anymore.
No, you don't. Shout out to Tricky
we
Vic
fuck with
99.
Yeah, we fuck with 4 letters.
INEX is not bad. I thought it was like short for something, but that's actually a very unique very unique shit.
It's kind of funny, but
Yeah.
whatever. It doesn't mean anything. It's just like cool,
Yeah. Pretty much.
chilling. What's next, bro?
But yeah, obviously we're here at NMSU Esports is where I've met INEX from. He is a CMI major. What does CMI stand for?
Creative Media Institute.
He's an art kid.
major.
He's an art major. Fuck. It's actually probably one of the best art programs that we have around here, at least in this region.
Yeah,
One of my teammates on UTEP, shout out UTEP Honey Badgers.
Shout out Honey Badgers. Took
Shout
a
out
fat L
Honey
the other
Badgers.
day
Took a fat
in
L.
Siege.
We're 2-2. Probably not gonna make it to playoffs. So good.
I believe.
But yeah, he actually came here for the CMI program 10 years ago.
Hey, yo.
He's old. He's like 30
Wait, is it the guy who's
with
like
a beard.
the glasses and a beard,
Yeah,
bald and shit? That dude.
That motherfucker's
I'm
30
like,
years
this guy
old.
got to be the coach. Or
Yeah,
some
he
shit.
was.
He was.
He was our
Okay.
he was a player, but he was like, "Nah, bro, my PhD is too hard." And I was like, "Okay, dude, go ahead."
I didn't know they had PhDs for art.
No, he's a
Oh.
he's a computer science major now,
Oh,
but
he-
he came over here 1 year, similar to like me, where I came over here 1 year to do some random fucking shit over here. But he was in CMI for 1 year, and he was like, "Yeah, there's no money here." At least back then there wasn't any money because Instagram
Oh
and
yeah,
shit wasn't
yeah, dude.
a thing.
Media back then was fucking what? I
You
don't know.
work for the TV station.
Yeah.
We'll get to that soon.
Cringe.
But yeah,
PBS.
PBS.
Stay up.
But yeah, he was he left like 10 years ago, 2010, and I was like, dude, I was
Yo.
9 years old when you were in college for the first time.
You know what I was doing in 2010? I was watching Gangnam Style and shit.
Dude,
Psy. You remember Psy?
you guys remember Sai?
Fucking that
You
one.
remember Squid Game? He was the guy in the mask. dude.
he was
He was
one of the
guy in
players.
mask. He was one of the players. That's
You
where
already
he
know.
went.
You already know. My
But
first K-pop experience back in 2010.
dude. Now ENEX, look at his fucking haircut, dude. He's literally part of BTS.
Yeah, I'm the backup singer for the backup.
Speaking
Singer.
of weeb games,
What's
you play Overwatch competitively. How's that? That's a very open question.
You know, I'm ashamed to have to admit that I play Overwatch competitively. It's fucking dope. I mean, I think it's all right. Well, back then it used to be really cool. Nowadays, it's so snaz because like the
You
meta and
just fall
shit is so
asleep, bro.
boring.
You just
But
play
like-
the rocket bitch and the sniper girl, and you're done. It's over. Just get kills.
Vic has no clue.
I have no clue. I played Overwatch. I started playing Overwatch from season 10 to season 15.
Okay.
So I played a pretty good amount. I played like good 2 years of Overwatch. I don't know if that's 2 years. I could be talking out of my ass, but I
It's a
played a good
while.
amount
So wow.
on Xbox, which wasn't as bad as I had thought it would be. It was like a FPS, which I've been very like used to, I guess.
Mhm.
But obviously there was like a billion characters and there was like hard set roles. I think Overwatch was like the first game where I kind of realized that like a character like Moira is like healing primarily, and then there's like the killing aspect.
Yeah, yeah.
Same thing with like Mercy, especially Mercy.
There's a
We
bunch
love
of
our
different
Mercy
shit,
mains.
you know?
But like that I guess that's like the main thing. Like you're either this or you're that, and if you're not doing this, then get the fuck off the team. Pretty much type shit.
Kind of trolling, you know.
Yeah, and I started playing like in the transition before it was like it was open queue, and then they went towards
Roll queue,
Roll
roll
queue?
lock, yeah.
yeah, it was like during those like seasons or whatever, and I was like, bro, this shit's kind of ass, but I understand because it made the game so much easier for me. I knew how to just play Orisa, put my shit down, press left trigger, press right trigger, press bumper, and I'm chilling.
You're just kind of AFK.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's
I was an
actually turret.
Orisa main back
So-
when before Sigma came out.
Oh,
And then I tried to play Sugma, and then didn't work out
yeah.
as well as I
We
thought
don't
it
like
would.
Sigma. As I always say,
He's
Sigma-
too
Sig-
meta.
Sigma players get no pussy.
Nah, they don't.
They don't.
That's why I don't play Sigma. That's why you forced to play
exactly.
it though.
Exactly. Vic plays only Chad characters.
I play.
Get loads of pussy.
I play Lucio. Anyway, but yeah, how is Overwatch competitive? You play competitively for NMSU. You play for the team. And Overwatch, I guess, at least Overwatch 1 is on its dying legs when it comes to content creation and content release. I mean, I think they put effort into like 8 skins total every time. It's pretty much like Rainbow Six Siege. Great game, by the way. But they kind of have a cycle, and I like that about Overwatch. Is like, hey, this 3 months is summer games. This 3 months is winter games. This 3 months is Halloween. This 3 months is Chinese New Year. How is that compared to other video games that you probably have been getting into? I know you're playing some League. I know you're playing Valorant. And looking back at your main game, how do you reflect on that?
So honestly, it's like the skins and all the stuff. It's cool. I mean, it keeps the game barely alive. If there was no skins and shit like coming out, it'd be dead. Yeah,
it would no shot.
You know, at the end, like the game's fun for casuals. Right now, for competitive, it's kind of like So honestly, like all Overwatch needed to do is just release constant buffs, nerfs, etc. to keep the game. That would actually reinvigorate the game. You know, of course, after they stopped adding new heroes after Echo, that really fucked it up. You know, things like Siege does really well.
Yeah.
They're always nerfing, buffing, adding new ops, right? So there's always like the thing about
something
Siege,
new.
yeah, there's always like a new way to
play the game,
right? Because new op does a new thing. You could synergize with another op, etc. There's like 1,000 different things you can do.
Yeah.
And in League, there's always new champs, new buffs. There's like a pattern here,
Yeah.
you know. There's new buffs and new champs,
new characters,
and that's it.
New map.
Overwatch did none of that, so now Overwatch is like, it's only like the boomers, Overwatch boomers, and like there's no new players.
Oh no, there's definitely like if I was getting a PC right now, Overwatch is not the game that I'm buying. I'm buying. I'm downloading 100 gigabytes worth of Warzone right now, so I completely understand. Yeah, I think when I was lucky to play Overwatch when they were just uploading a new character, almost what it felt like a new season. Like I think the first new character that I encountered was Ashe, and she's like OP now as fuck, OP as fuck nowadays. But yeah, Ashe as well as what else did they add?
I think it was after Ashe. It was
not Lucio, the new healing guy.
Oh, Baptiste.
Baptiste. I think he was before Ashe. I'm not too sure. But I got to experience like new characters and new stuff. I think what really killed Overwatch especially, and you don't see you see games like Counter-Strike that they haven't been updated, at least game-wise and like weapon-wise. There's no buffs, there's no nerfs and stuff like that. Because the game is already balanced. And I think there was arguably a good point of time where Overwatch was somewhat balanced, and then they started making bad maps. Like
I think it was Bad Heroes.
Well,
after Brig, everything kind of went to shit.
Everybody, the Overwatch plays
Brig.
fucking Brig. Nah,
Brig.
Shit take. No, but like maps like was it Rome or Paris where there was like
Paris
one
was
choke
shit.
point?
Yeah, Paris was shit.
I felt like when they released that map and Rialto as well, also some pretty. Rialto's alright, but like Paris, like that was their attempt at making like a new map to introduce the comp pools and everything, and it went horrible.
Yeah, for sure. That map was ass.
You probably still have to play it too, huh?
No, they removed it, dude.
Oh, okay.
Thank God. Like everyone hated it so much, they're just like, yeah, this isn't in the pool anymore.
Damn.
You can only play it in like quick play and shit. So
yeah, I think maps is probably like if there's any game that really gets killed due to maps, it has to be Overwatch. I think, in my opinion, from my fucking 5 seasons of playing it, maybe it's characters. Why do you think it's characters though? Because I know Brig was like broken as fuck, super OP, but like were the characters after her as bad?
Not all of them. Only the ones that introduced like a shit ton more CC and like cuck abilities, that, like cuck your shit. Like people like
Echo.
Sigma, like
I like Sigma.
shields, bad for the game. Like they're important, but like too many
Already
shields.
too many.
Yeah, you can't like. It's not fun because you're shooting a shield the whole time, right? It takes out the fun factor. Brig, so Brig gives out armor, which is basically like health, but every tick of damage does one less. It doesn't matter for like people who do burst damage because like 50 minus 1 is still 49.
Yeah.
But like people who do like tiny piss pellet damage, like Reaper, who might be doing
nothing at
2
range.
at range, he will be doing 1 at range. It's stuff like that. So like it's like abilities that like inhibit your fun,
Mm-hmm.
and characters who have those abilities,
Are super popular, and they make Overwatch.
and they make people who like fuck your fun. Those types of characters kind of like it just ruins the game. So
Yeah.
the maps
No.
are also like even nowadays. The only reason I don't like playing Overwatch is because some of the maps. It's
Yeah.
like I'll see a map, pull up my fucking hell. Do I have to play this shit again?
Yeah.
You know,
No, I
It's
think.
boring.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things too. I honestly feel like if they kept releasing maps, and maybe some were hits, maybe some were misses, it would have been all right.
Mm-hmm.
Because you see that a lot with Rainbow and Valorant sometimes. Not so much Valorant, but you see it with Rainbow where they'll release a map and people absolutely fucking hate it. But at least there's an opportunity to change it. It's a little bit different in Rainbow because the
Like-
game engine and
Like what was that one map? Like it's like a theme park.
theme
The
park. Yeah, it's gone
People hate
through.
it?
It's gone through 2 changes already.
Yeah, yeah. It used to be kind of ass. I'm sure it's better now, right?
It's still pretty ass,
Okay.
but it's playable. It's at least
It's,
playable.
You know, you're not as mad when you get it, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's worse maps than theme park, and back then nobody thought that was possible. But like you think about it, Overwatch right now, there's no shot there's a worse map than Paris.
No. I mean,
Pretty much.
the 2 worst maps is like Paris and this one called Horizon Lunar Colony, which is like on the moon and shit.
Oh yeah, that one's shit. I've always hated that map.
It wasn't as bad as Paris though.
No, I
Paris
feel like
is
you could
you're
play it.
forced to go through this one choke and that's it.
Yeah, if you
There's
get
no creativity.
if you get defense on lunar defense, I think you're fine.
Yep.
But if you're like, on attack, you're fucked, and you pretty much just have to edge
Tough
your
it
way
out.
to the first point. But yeah, Overwatch, interesting game. I am honestly very surprised that, especially people like you, that you rank pretty high. You're like what, Grand Champ or some shit?
I'm Masters right now.
He's so chill saying that. She's like I'm a master tank right now. But like I like when you think about other games that are kind of like Overwatch, they have a different like I guess skill to them, similar to like Valorant for example. It's a different skill based,
Yeah,
you know,
it's a
stuff like
different
that.
type of game.
I'm surprised not as many Overwatch players transitioned over to Valorant because I think the only notable one is like Zombs.
Well, actually, I think it's quite the opposite. 'Cause like, well, okay, when Valorant was coming out, like the beta and stuff, that era, Overwatch was in a shitty spot. Especially, I mean, it still is in a shitty spot, but it was in a pretty,
It was pretty
still a pretty shitty spot. And Valorant was coming out, you know, and it was like, oh, the newest cool game, you know, it's still pretty good. I think Valorant's a solid game, and I think like it wasn't a big percentage, but a lot of the big hitters left, like Sinatra,
bad. Yes, not sure for
Zombs,
sure.
as you
Zombs
said.
left.
and then there was a bunch of other random shitters who left
Yeah, like
Overwatch and joined
Raucus
Valorant.
from
Yeah, Raucus.
over fucking Outlaws.
I miss you, Raucus.
We miss you, Raucus.
Anyway.
I as an Outlaws X fan, I miss you.
Yeah, me too. I miss that. I miss that squad.
I miss that squad.
Now all the
They had
squads are
one
just
team,
imports.
pretty much.
Yeah,
It's
I miss the American Dream.
I miss the American Dream. Man. American Dream just ended in Valorant.
Green
Satch.
Wall.
Let's go.
But
Hector's Overwatch.
yeah, there's like a ton of people who left for Valorant because Valorant is just
Better Overwatch.
yeah, not even-
It's smaller and
it's
it's
just a better
like,
game, you know,
yeah.
like shit. Like, I don't think they're that comparable. Obviously, the abilities and stuff, that's Overwatch, for sure. But, like, and then there's just the CSGO aspect, which is the main game.
yeah,
Just kind of, like, hitting heads, stuff like that.
pretty much. Yeah. I feel like if there was a game that was like Valorant that had like the characters, like selection and all the gameplay mechanics of
Mhm.
Valorant, but it wasn't Counter-Strike, I feel like it'd be 10 times better.
So, like, I mean, what other...
Like Call of Duty almost.
okay.
Like a Call of Duty version of Valorant. I think personally, if you make characters just the slightest bit more spongy, it makes it a little bit more competitive.
I think so, too. There's a lot more outplay potential.
Yeah. No, like
No,
that's
for
why I
sure.
really liked like a lot of people are gonna hate me for saying this. I don't give a fuck because you guys are all wrong. But like when jetpacks and shit were in Call of Duty, like
Oh,
Black Ops
shit.
3, Black Ops 4, Infinite Warfare, like those games were the highest competitive game. If those games didn't have like the crazy exo jumping, they had the same abilities,
Right.
same gunplay, everything, same maps, it would be the number one game in the fucking planet.
So, like, Black Ops 4.
Well,
Black Ops 4 kind of did that, but I don't know. What was wrong with Black Ops 4?
Black Ops 4
I thought-
was bad.
I like Black Ops 4, yeah.
Because they couldn't, they were juggling multiplayer and their first iteration of Battle Royale.
Oh, yeah, Blackout.
Yeah. So that's why that game failed.
I
But
fuck with Blackout.
I miss Blackout.
I miss Blackout. Blackout's so fun.
I felt the only reason I hated Blackout because all the cheesy shit from multiplayer came out in the Battle Royale, which is kind of the same thing with Warzone, but
yeah.
it's a little less. But anyway, like that would be like the perfect game. in
Yeah,
my
if
opinion.
Black Ops 4 was good, like that would be a great competitive game. I don't know. I haven't kept up with comp Black Ops or
Call of Duty.
comp COD since like BO3 maybe. But how's BO4 like comp and MLG and shit?
BO4
was that
comp,
ass?
I think. No, it was actually really good. The
It was chill?
only
Nice.
bad part about that game is that it was 5v5, and it was just chaos. There was just 5 people running around the map at all fucking time,
Right.
and like that's easy for Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, Call of Duty maps are not made 5v5. They're made 3 lanes that
Yeah.
can barely fit 4 people, and you add another person, and
Yeah,
they're
it's like
just you just
just
double chow
chaos and
everything.
shit.
So yeah, that was that game. But I feel like Overwatch definitely is gonna be in hopefully a good spot when Overwatch 2, if it ever comes out. What do you think about Overwatch 2? Are you gonna try to go competitive in that game? Because I heard your streams and you were like, I don't know, man, I want to hang it up or some shit.
Well, if Overwatch 2 is bad, then I'm retiring for sure. But like, I want to give it another shot, because like Overwatch is like, it's probably one of my top games. Even if it's as pissed it is right now, there's a point. It was really fun, like one of the best games out at one point for sure. Like 2016, 2017, that
Even
whole era
2018.
that shit was so fun.
Yeah.
Like the beginning of Overwatch was super fun.
Yeah, definitely. No.
And I'm hoping like Overwatch 2 kind of reinvigorates. At least it will never be the same.
Yeah,
that was legendary. But I hope it reinvigorates like that sort of like feeling to some degree.
That you're having fun on the game that you compete
exactly.
in.
Like that I'm enjoying the game. It's fun. It's like
You don't play it just because you're good at
it's
it.
not cheesy. Stuff like
Yeah.
that. I think Overwatch 2, if it plays its cards right,
Shouldn't be that
it'll
difficult.
Be good. Yeah,
Yeah, you think about Overwatch 2 and you think about Blizzard. Like, Blizzard's a multi-billion-dollar company. They're looking at Riot, that's a fucking indie game.
Yeah, exactly.
They have 343, that's another indie game.
Right, just makes better games though.
Yeah, exactly. But,
it's crazy.
they have Halo that's doing it right competitive-wise.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Call
right
of Duty, that is... the structuring of competitive Call of Duty is good. Competitive Call of Duty is bad, though. But the structuring is good. They could definitely use that as a model.
Yeah, for sure.
So hopefully they just hit the ground running. I mean, Blizzard backed at Overwatch League. The first fucking game. Might as well back it in the second one.
No, yeah, and I hope Overwatch 2 really goes hard with collegiate.
Oh,
and
yeah, for
under
sure.
leagues, like that's what they call contenders, which is like their like how you get into the pro or like how you get scouted for pro, etc. I hope they really put a lot of effort into that too, because like if
That's
you think
a really underserved community.
Yeah,
I mean,
if
they tried their best too, right?
Yeah, they had some good stuff. Like they still do collegiate tournaments. They still have contenders, I think. But 'cause I feel like that's where all the talent comes from. That's what will keep it fresh,
Yeah.
New players, like new talent, new strategies, all coming from the ground up. Because when you think about it, very little change. This might happen in any sport or any esport. Very little change happens at the top.
Yeah.
It's like because everyone's comfortable, everyone does what works,
Yeah.
and no one's willing to try
Like,
shit,
try
right?
something new.
Because it's risky. And at the top, it's all money and shit, right?
Pretty
trying to
much.
win, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's important to like bolster up the
Oh yeah.
semi-pro and amateur kind of section,
Mm-hmm.
so you just kind of learn from them, and they have the ability to go pro as well. I just think it's fun.
Yeah.
Like, I think collegiate Overwatch is probably more fun than being pro.
Oh,
Pro, you have to
definitely.
like scrim all day. You have to practice all day. It's
And
like,
you only
it's a
scrim
job.
against the other 15 teams
Yeah, it's a job
practically, and
yeah.
that's if you're in the region. Like if you're the Hanzogu Spark or whatever they're called, you're only scrimming Asian teams. There's no way you're getting a scrim versus the Boston Uprising.
yeah. So like
I mean, maybe you are nowadays with how the Overwatch League is, but like, and I think that's one of the huge things too. That I think that's why Asia is like number one in, at least in Overwatch for sure. Korea especially is like they had that like collegiate or challengers, and they invested a lot into it,
Mhm.
and all those teams that are like always looking to get
Yeah.
better, like actually
yeah, they got better.
they got better because of the feeder program essentially, right?
Exactly.
But over here in NA, it's all about followers. It's all about money. It's like, hey, Raucus is on, a top paying team like the Dallas Fuel, but is he playing? No, he's on the bench. He's the last one to ever be picked because he's just popular. right?
Exactly, stuff like that.
Same thing would happen with the Shock. That's why they were shit this season. But we
Rip
won't
Shock,
talk
bro.
about that.
Lost to China.
China, man. I was so into competitive Overwatch at some point. I actually went to the Overwatch finals in Philly
Oh yeah.
in
Who was it? Who was it then?
2018. It was when the Shock first won.
Oh okay.
Their first
the
year.
Shock's first reign of terror.
Yeah, they played against Vancouver Titans. Rest in peace, that fucking team. But like, yeah, I went. It was thankfully perfectly timed. My family was over there for work, and they were like, "Hey, it's the same weekend. What if I just stay another 3 days and you fly out there?"
Right.
And that was like my first time flying alone and shit. I was like, "This is fucking hyped." And
I'm gonna do it now.
yeah, it was really cool. They had like a Zed concert beforehand. I missed
kinda
it
Dope.
because I had to Uber through Philadelphia. But
Sounds like shit.
yeah, it wasn't fun. But when we got there, it was like fucking dope. Like, I have pictures of it and shit on my Instagram. Go follow my Instagram down in the description. But yeah, it's fucking. It was cool at least at one point. So
Yeah, for sure.
rest in peace, Overwatch. At some point,
Yep. It's kind of sad.
it's kind of already dead.
You know, and like Overwatch, like competitive, like the pro shit. Like I think Overwatch, at one point.
I'm gonna check if the camera's recording still, because the battery might die. I got extras, but go ahead.
We good? Okay, cool. I think Overwatch might be the most fun of esport to watch. To be honest, like no cope. I think it is.
No cope.
Because it's so energetic. It's so like there's movement everywhere, colors. You know, it's like it's
Oh,
fun to
yeah.
watch. It's like
It's visually
it's
appealing.
like the basketball of esports. 'Cause,
Oh
like,
yeah, 100%.
football. It's all right. You know, it's kind of
Yeah.
slow.
It's slow.
Golf.
That's something.
What would be the golf of esports? Like fucking.
It has to be StarCraft
Yeah, StarCraft.
or Dota. Nah, Dota's kind of hyped,
Yeah.
but it's definitely StarCraft.
Yeah, it's like it's like it. If we're talking about like that fucking metaphor, like Overwatch is fun to watch. That's what I like about it too. Like the crowd goes fucking crazy. Every sport, the crowd goes crazy. But like in Overwatch,
Yeah.
like you hear this shit, they're going stupid. Like the plays going on screen, like the casters are going
Yeah.
crazy.
Dude,
Like
we were talking about it. Overwatch casters have to be the most skilled casters in the world.
actually, yeah,
100%.
they have to be so quick. There's this guy called what was his name? It's like Mitch, I think. They call him Rap God.
Oh yeah.
Remember Rap God?
I think so. I think I remember him. I think it was at
Dude.
the finals.
They call him Rap God for a reason, dude. He was like.
He's rhyming and shit.
He wasn't rhyming. He was quick. Like he was doing play by play, like as it happened. Like
I
that's how
couldn't-
hype like Overwatch is. And then Valorant's like they're gonna.
You got
smoke
the
off
headshot. Let's go. And Overwatch right now, and I mean, I'm still mind blown by it. It's a 6v6 game.
Yeah, you know, 66
It's the only 6v6 esport. That's fucking crazy. Imagine keeping track of all the ults, all the timers, which I'm pretty sure nobody does because they're all over the place.
Yeah.
All the abilities, all 3 abilities that every character has practically, or 2 or 3, whatever passives, and then ults timers, and then like sight setup, kills, deaths, like point progression. That's
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, and like honestly, Overwatch is like it's like 50% skill, 50% brain at this point.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like it's all most of it's like cerebral. It's like building a play, acting on it, countering their plays. It's like fucking tactician simulator up in this,
Yeah.
you know. Unless
It's-
it's just chaos in which everyone does their own thing. That's how I lose games. Get me out.
Get him out of champ
Get
or
me out of
masters.
fucking masters.
But you also have to think about it. Like on top of all of that, there's aim.
Yeah, you have to actually be
Shoot
quite
people.
talented to
Yeah.
do anything. Or else you're trolling, you know.
Yeah, I think.
Unless you're a tank player like me.
Yeah, I think
Represent.
Overwatch
Tanks
has.
represent.
I think Overwatch is one of the only esports where your aim can actually be bad and it wouldn't matter that much, depending on the character you play. You're playing entry, you have to have a good aimer. But like, especially for tank, especially for me, when I was playing a tank, I'm a shit aimer. At least I was back then.
But you're still kind of useful. You know?
Yeah, you're still kind of. You put your shield,
down,
you
that's
just
it.
kind of hold down the right trigger and you just let the thing run as a
Let it rip.
Bastion or an Orisa or some shit, or like Reinhardt. Just hold trigger or mouse one or whatever it is, and you literally just walk up. It really doesn't take that much
You know,
aiming skill.
I feel like that's kind of cool too, because like people who like can't necessarily aim that well, maybe due to like any conditions or stuff.
Oh yeah,
Like, they can also play and shit.
Oh,
Like
no,
anyone can play Overwatch. You know, you might not be top level or whatever, but so you can play it.
Oh
Like-
shit, yeah.
Are we good?
Yeah, I was just double checking.
Okay.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
everyone
you
can
can
play
play
Valorant. You get me?
Yeah, there's no way. I
Not
can't even
everyone
play
can
Valorant.
play Valorant. You know, like Valorant's fucking hard.
Oh yeah, no.
It's hard to get
Valorant's-
into. It's hard to be good at. It's just fucking hard.
Valorant's a shitter game. It's all good.
Even in casuals, I remember. Were you there? Remember playing Valorant?
Valorant together? No, I don't think so.
So basically, like, we're playing like casual, like just normal ass game, right? We're Leon. It's kind of funny. Leon was raging his ass
Leon.
off because we were like
Fuck
shitting the
Leon.
bed. But
Leon's not that
these
good
guys
at
were
Valorant.
trying so hard, like scrimming against us. We're like, it's like me, Pack, Arvion,
Oh,
like,
Arvian's cracked though.
people who haven't played in literal months. Like we just hopped on, just have some fun.
Fun.
Nah,
you can't
nah.
have fun in Overwatch, man.
Like we hopped on and like they're scrimming against us. Like for what? Like trying so hard.
Oh yeah. No, that game is Valorant's a really fun game. I had a lot of enjoyment in it. I think it's just I mean, they release maps and people just think everything new is bad in that game. Everything
Mhm.
new and bad. Because the core 3 maps were really, really good. Like they're all super polished, super good. They all have their downsides, their
Pretty
upsides.
solid, you know.
There can easily be attack or defender sided, and everybody kind of just psychs themselves out. Hey, split is defender sided, but you get shit on in defense, so it's like not really.
Yeah.
It's just kind of jet diff essentially. So
I don't know. Personally, I think the new maps aren't that bad. Like Breeze, I thought that was all right.
I didn't. Breeze is not bad. I'm getting used to it now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Fracture because Fracture goes against is the new map with like
the newest
zip line.
one with the zip line.
Yeah, I
That's
think
kind of weird.
Fracture goes against everything that everybody's ever been taught about push site games.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you spawn on the outside as attack, and defense kind of has to defend from multiple angles, like
Right.
3+ angles.
Right.
And you think about like the biggest like comparison I have is like Dust 2, for example, the one near Tons, right? Whatever B site, A site, whatever that is. There's really only 2 ways to push. There's the doors / the window, which is
Yeah.
like one general side, and there's Tons. And then you think about a map like Fracture, where there's A site, whatever is on the towards the satellite. You get pushed from the ramp. You can get pushed from mid. You can which is where they spawn. You can get pushed from, the little dirt area, and you can get pushed from A main. Like there's 4 different spots where you can get pushed from, and you don't know which spot they're definitely coming from.
It's like a dice roll. You have to guess.
Oh yeah. That's why I think that map is severely attacker sided.
Oh yeah.
When usually games like that are defender sided. Like every push site game is usually defender sided, since it's just reacting, not really proactive
Mm-hmm.
movement. So I don't know. Valorant's a weird game to me.
I mean, at least they're trying new shit, I guess.
Oh yeah, no, that's
Even
definitely
if people fucking hate it, they're
yeah.
trying.
That's the innovation
is
that
cool.
esports needs right now, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, some changes like that. They gotta just change shit up before it gets too stale, like sports.
Yeah. And speaking of switching things up, INEX, we know that you got a. Can we speak about your new job yet?
I mean, it's hard, bro. Like,
You don't know.
I don't know yet. Like, I'm in, but like,
You don't know if you're in.
it's like city stuff, so it's like it takes years.
Oh shit.
Like, I think I got accepted like 2 months ago, bro.
When did you apply?
When was it? I think it was like mid-semester. I applied like mid-semester, and then I got accepted like 2 weeks later. Accepted, right? And well, I did the interview like a week later, and then they were like, "Okay, well, we'll let you know." And then I get a text from the dude. It's like, "Hey, you got in." And then they're like, "Oh, we're just gonna do some stuff, but considering it's like government city stuff, it's gonna take forever." And I'm like, "Okay, won't take that long, right? Like 2 weeks maybe."
Psych. See you next year, brother.
Yeah, and then
March 2022.
Yeah.
That's when you're getting paid. Fuck. Guess I'm eating
like
Cheetos for
I
the
guess
rest
I
of my
have a
life.
job, but like I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
Kinda.
No. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but you got a job for the city of Las Cruces as a cameraman.
Kind of something like that. So basically so you know how they have like the town hall meetings?
Yeah.
So I'm like the dude like running those cameras kind of.
That's kind of sick.
And like, like no one watches like what's it called? Like
No
the,
one
the
watches-
government TV?
yeah, C-SPAN.
C-SPAN. No one
C-SPAN
watches
8.
that. Like
Las
I'll
Cruces.
be catering to the old people. That's what's up.
You gotta have like oversaturated film.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gotta be bright as fuck. Everybody's gotta see everything. Yo, INEX is right there, dude. You just see him.
I'm like in
chilling.
the booth, but yeah, I'm gonna be like controlling those cameras and like basically kind of like running not running a production, but like running that sort of like whole
Type of production.
Yeah, like doing stuff for that production, like the whole C-SPAN, like town hall meeting type stuff, which honestly,
It's kind of cool.
it's kind of cool. Being like my first job here at school, that being my first job is good for like
That's
it looks
huge.
good, it looks good, and it's good experience as well.
Plus, the recommendation is going to be kind of sick.
Oh yeah,
You just had the mayor of Las Cruces. Yeah, it was a good cameraman.
yeah, it was alright.
He was all right.
Yeah,
He did some cool transitions. Oh, fuck.
Are we out?
All right. We're almost out of battery. It's
We're
only
about to
been
die.
35 minutes. We can go ahead and change the batteries. I do have some extra ones. Give me 1 second.
We got it.
We're just going to keep the camera rolling just so I know what the fuck's going on. This is part 1, by the way. Desocial.
Hey, yeah.
Picking back up, I have no idea when the video stopped, but we'll kind of recap what we were just talking about,
You know,
Patrick.
I mean, we have the audio,
That's true. We can
so
probably
we can always just put like a picture of like a cow or some shit,
yeah, we'll put a picture
and
of
then
the cow.
while the audio rolls, some shit like that. Anyways,
Yeah, but we're back. Just changed the batteries on the audio mixer. But yeah, you got a job for the city. That's kind of sick.
yeah, I think it's cool. You know, for like, and that was like kind of like a Hail Mary type thing. I just saw it like on the
Indeed.com.
not even Indeed, like the school one.
Oh shit!
What's it called,
The
like
fucking
Handshake or some shit?
Yeah, that's so cool that it was there. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
I was just chilling there. I'm like, I was looking for a job because like, mom was like, get a job,
Get a job.
sausage twat looking cunt.
Stop taking my savings, bitch.
But yeah, but like she was like, find a job, mijo. I'm like, all right, let's do it. So I'm looking there and I see that shit. Before I was like applying to be a referee
For
for
what?
like intramural sports and shit. Like
Dude, you're just gonna be a.
I was that desperate. I'm like, fuck it, anything. But then I got that and they actually hit me up. I'm like, hey yo. So I go to the interview, fucking bang that, do really good.
Killed that shit.
Dude, it was so weird. Like it was like, so I come into this room, right? It's like this meeting room, like
Yeah.
oval table, you
Oh,
know,
shit,
real
this is
meeting
official.
type shit. There's like 6 dudes in there.
Running your background check, checking your
It's like-
Facebook
it's like-
posts.
It's like a real like council meeting type shit. I'm like at the end, like they're gonna decide my fate or some shit.
Jesus Christ.
And they're just like they're all looking at me like I kept my chill because imagine if I fucking freaked out. I was freaking out inside because there's like 6 dudes just
That would have
looking
been
at me.
fucked.
Like why y'all? Like I
Why
thought
is
it was
he
like gonna be a
here?
one-on-one, you know, interview, normal stuff. Got the whole council here. Got all
The
City
entire
Hall.
All the camera
Yeah,
people.
did
dude.
that shit at City Hall. Like all of them just looking at me. I thought it was chill though. I kept my cool. I did a good interview, and it was for 2 dudes, so at least it wasn't like just one.
Just one. It was either you or not.
Yeah, so
Hopefully, you got a cool buddy.
yeah, I hope so. Hope I don't see him at all.
Oh shit.
I don't mean like dick. I just like I fuck with like working alone and shit.
Oh, okay.
Sigma grind.
Sigma male shit.
Yeah, it was cool. I
That's
mean,
dope,
hopefully I
dude.
start soon.
when
Someday. I don't
when the
know.
country opens back up, it's gonna
Yeah.
close in February. You're fucked.
Yeah.
You're gonna be out of a job. Yo, you actually might get furloughed
What?
because you work for the city. The government will literally shut down on you, and you just won't get paid.
Really?
Yeah, that actually happens.
Why? Wait, why? What's going on in February? I'm out of the
I don't
loop.
know. The government always shuts down in February.
Oh, okay. It's like a
Because
ritual.
nobody can vote on anything.
It's like a ritual now. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
But that's sick, dude. Hopefully you do well.
Hope so.
For those of you guys that don't know, I don't know if the podcast is out by the time you guys are watching this. I don't even know when this is going up. Probably next week. By the way, I'm recording this for all of you guys that are wondering the timeline of my metaverse. It is Wednesday, December 8th. This will probably go up next Friday, the 17th. I think that is. I'll be in Mexico City. I'll be getting drunk.
Hey yo,
Fucking some whores.
what are you doing there?
I'm just vacationing, bro.
Oh,
Getting
just
fucked
chilling?
up, eating some grasshoppers,
We fuck
some
with
scorpions,
grasshoppers.
some spiders.
Fuck with bugs. Bugs are the future.
I'll take my camera. I'll take some pictures. We'll see what happens. But yeah.
Maybe don't take your camera.
No, maybe not.
Yo,
Mexico City is one of the most dangerous places.
well,
I
maybe,
actually-
I think that's just because it's one of the biggest. It's like
Oh,
10
yeah,
mil people. It's huge.
Yeah, no,
I've been there
I
a
was
couple
doing some
times.
research, and it's like Venice, the capital of Venezuela, which is, no brainer. It's fucking narcos out there.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's Juarez. And then it's like some other country in like Bolivia or some other city in Bolivia.
Right.
And then like Yemen, somewhere in Yemen. And then it's Mexico City.
That's kind of.
That's
I thought it
kinda
would be
pog.
higher. I thought it'd be higher.
It's usually Mexico City at least is usually top 5.
right.
And Juarez is always top 3, which is literally like
Yeah.
45-minute drive from where we are. So
Yeah,
pog.
it's kind of weird. El Paso's like so chill, but Juarez is like
El Paso's
Always fucked
barely
up.
fucking chill. But yeah,
alright.
we'll see when this goes out. Hopefully sometime soon. But me and Patrick have decided to go on a new venture, a business venture. We're gonna start our own film company, a quote unquote film company. We have a
Production company?
Discord. We just have a Discord
Yeah.
and like an email with Adobe Suite.
Yeah, we're starting low, right? We're starting slow.
We're starting slow. We're gonna record some content for that channel here soon. We don't really know who else is gonna be part of it besides us two, and it's mainly just INEX. He's like gonna be the creative guy. I'm just the investor that brings
He's
the
got like
fucking
all this
expensive
shit.
mics and shit. But I mean, you're also an investor, obviously. Patrick, for whatever fucking reason, sold his liver or half of his liver, whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
for a 6K camera. You can't watch 6K on YouTube, by the way.
No,
You
well, I
can
think-
barely see 4K.
Yeah.
That's if it uploads. But walk us through this process of getting a 6K Blackmagic Pocket Pro.
cinema camera. Yeah. Okay, so like.
Because you bought this between the time that I knew you, and for reference, he was using a Canon T7i,
Yeah.
the Rebel series.
Yep, like a really entry level ass DSLR, similar to
That's-
this one. Worse
Hey,
stuff.
yo, don't talk shit on the ADD, bro. You wish you had an ADD.
Dude, we fuck with the ADD.
80D
But
is lit.
so we were also record the Ace, right?
Yeah.
You guys know about the Ace? Best show on
I
the
don't know if
internet?
they know about the best show on the internet. I'll have to talk to them about that later.
So yeah, we record like this school esports like show, and we started off with the T7i, and that was all right. It's better than the first episode.
Shit.
That was kind of weird.
That was on like a webcam. That was
Yeah.
on this one, but I just didn't know how to fucking.
Oh yeah,
change the
settings are
video
all off and shit.
settings.
But anyways, second episode, the production went up a little bit. We ran with the T7i for like 3 episodes or some shit before I got the Black
Yeah, it was
Magic.
episode 5 when you brought the
Yeah.
banger.
So I was like, I've been wanting a cinema camera forever, right? Because like I could make movies on like my little T7i, but like I was like, nah,
You
I'm
can
going
make
all
a
in.
different kind of movie if you know what I'm talking about.
Like a shitty one. But I was like, this is an investment, like for me. It's not just like a GoPro, which you get and like fuck around with a day
Put
or
it
two.
on a fucking
and then you
drone
put it
and
on
you
a
just drop
shelf.
it in the water.
Yeah, and then it's gone. No,
Yeah.
this is like it's like a car. Like it's a big investment. It's not even that expensive. It's kind of expensive, but it's not like a car expensive.
To you, it's probably expensive. I mean,
Yeah.
to anybody buying a
To me,
fucking
it's fucking
camera at
expensive.
like an entry level, it's fucking expensive.
Yeah, and I chose, I was like, so I was looking at like eBay or some shit. And I'm looking. What I wanted was a 4K, right?
Yeah.
That one makes sense. That's like a K, right?
Yeah, like 1200 max.
Less, like 800, 900, 1200 new,
Yeah,
which is good price for what it is. And I was like, okay, I want that one. So I'm looking. I'm like watching review on review on review. The 6K wasn't even in my mind back then. So I'm like, that's like money, right?
Yeah.
So
1600.
yeah, and then I was looking, and then one day I come across the 6K, right? Like by this random
6K versus 4K camera review. It always starts with the versus, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, every time I buy shit, I'm like,
You
all
have
right,
to-
what's the expensive version of this, and
You
then
have to-
what's the cheap version, and then that's how I'll make the
Yeah,
decision.
for sure. And so I was looking at it. It's by this pretty reputable seller. They just resell stuff. Nothing sus. So, I saw the price and it was 1,600. I think it was used, but like
Barely.
like new, like
Yeah.
like new, basically. Nothing wrong with it, according to them.
According to them.
and
Little did we know.
I'm like, that's a huge upgrade
That's huge.
for $600 more, because the new version of that is like 2,500.
Yeah.
Some shit like that. It's pretty huge. So I'm like, why is it that cheap? I had my doubts, right? It's like something's broken, but like nothing was fucking wrong with it. So I took a chance. Like, worst that
Dude,
could
you
happen.
could have almost just
I
fucking
could have
threw
almost
that shit.
the bed.
You
Yeah.
could have shit the bed so hard.
But like at the end of the day, I'm like, eBay has money back to some degree. So I'm like,
Okay,
fuck
if
it.
was on eBay. I
So I'm like, okay, I grab it. 1,600. I think I got extra money from like here for some shit.
guess. Herf.
I
Shout out
used my
Herf.
Shout out Herf. We love
In the Herf.
Higher Education Emergency Relief Fund.
Dude, I need
Shout
to
out
come
those
back
guys.
just for that, dude.
Shout out them. Fucking made my life. But I got it. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm like, yo.
Pog.
Pog,
dude. Pog
dude.
as fuck.
Like, I don't know why it was that fucking cheap. But I'm like, hey, yo.
Did it come in the box?
Yeah, like it was like
It came in the box, like the Black Magic box.
Yeah, I have the box.
No
right there.
shot.
Yeah, like it wasn't new, obviously. Like there's no scuff marks or anything. Like it looked new-ish, you know. It was like maybe used for a day or some shit, but like, damn, that's a good deal. So
Somebody just wanted it gone.
I guess, yeah, like bad.
They needed the money.
Mhm.
That's huge.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, fuck it. So now I have the Black Magic 6K, and 6K as it is right now is kind of useless, like really useless.
Yeah.
Because it's like you can't watch it unless you have like a monitor 6K.
Yeah.
Everything built for that. But I'm thinking it's future proof for a while, I think. Because we're not even watching 4K on a regular basis yet.
Yeah, no.
Like,
no way.
we're still watching 1080p. I watch 1080p every day. That's fine.
Yeah, fucking YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. Like
Can barely do 4K.
Yeah, exactly. Netflix doesn't even do 4K, really. So we're gonna have to wait to get into 4K, right? We're still waiting to get normalized 4K. So I'm like, how much longer until we normalize 6K? You know, it's super future proof. Like this camera will last decades if I take care of it, obviously. But like if everything goes right, like what this camera can output can last decades.
Yeah, because it could definitely it'll produce I think.
And the image is good.
Yeah, the image is
great.
Fucking perfect. I'm honestly sad we couldn't use it here, but you're a bitch. It's whatever. But think about it in jumps of cinematography too.
Mm-hmm.
Like movies, I think aren't they shot in 8K?
Yeah, some movies are
like
shot.
Tenet is shot in 8K.
Yeah, like they're shot in high sensors, huge sensors.
Yeah,
like 8K sensors, 6K sensors, but then they just downsample it.
Yeah, definitely
so,
they have to.
Yeah, so when you
For fucking
the thing is when you downsample, you get all the details without the size. Right?
Yeah.
So
it's not fucking 2108 fucking times
exactly.
Whatever the fuck. Yeah.
So it's like you keep all those little details. At the end of the day, 4K versus 6K is there's a little bit of difference. The real difference is 1080 to 4K.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it gets huge, right?
Yeah.
Because I try to record a movie on this, for example. You could definitely fucking pick it out, see all the little shit, like all the grain and stuff.
Yeah.
But then you swap to a 4K camera, and it's a big jump.
Yeah.
Then you go from 1080 to a 6K camera. It's like a huge fucking jump.
And you can always like you said, downsize it to whatever you need it to be, which is
sample it, and the image looks the same.
Yeah.
But it's just smaller.
Yeah, and I think when you got that, you were obviously making a big deal about it. I mean, I would be fucking too if I got a fucking
I thought it was pretty
6K camera. And thinking about it, because I didn't even know that, the future-proof aspect to it.
Mm-hmm.
When 8K becomes the normal.
Right.
Your 6K is still going to be very viable.
It's going to be competitive still.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be practically the normal for, think about YouTube. YouTube's not going to go from 4K to 8K.
Yeah,
in whatever span, there's no shot. It'll go to 6K first, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but everything else will be in 8K, so it is what it is.
There's 8K content out there right now, but it's really just dick
You're
swinging.
watching.
It's dick swinging. It's hey, look, 8K exists.
Here's my
cool
ocean view that I have with definitely no
it's
visual
just for
properties.
Those Best Buy TVs, when they show
yeah.
the views. That's literally it. But I don't know, but I think for it to be an investment, buying the 4K 4K is not getting outdated, so to say, but it will get outdated very soon.
Yeah,
the Pocket
it'll
Cinema
be the norm.
4K. So, and I was $600 difference for that much of a change felt worth it. So that's why I was okay, let's do it. I just pulled the trigger, and I bought it with the help of HERF money. I had some money saved up, and I was all right, let's do it.
This motherfucker has not eaten an actual full dinner in the past 3 months.
You know,
he cannot wait to get back home. He wants to leave Cruises now.
It's worth it.
Motherfucker has lost 10 pounds.
Been living off of Cheerios and shit.
He's lost 10 pounds from the last 8 months.
15 pounds, bro.
Let's go. Huge. But that's fucking huge. Obviously that helps out the Ace. Like you mentioned before, I haven't really talked about it, at least by the time that I'm recording this. I haven't really talked about it to any of my personal YouTube channel. I don't think I've ever announced it even in my Discord. It's usually where most of my YouTube viewers are. But yeah, I plan to make another video, an actual cinematographic video. That's not a word. but like a vlog essentially of talking about where the fuck I've been, because I haven't uploaded a video in like probably 5-6 months. I've streamed. People know what the fuck's going on in stream, but I have a lot of YouTube viewers that just don't know what the fuck's going on.
Right.
And yeah, I think now that finals are over and shit's finally calming down esports wise, which it probably won't by the time that this video's up.
Right.
We're probably picking back up. We'll see what happens for sure. But yeah, appreciate you for coming on to the podcast, Patrick.
Got it. Yeah, thank you for having
one
me.
last question. I know this podcast was kind of everywhere. We just wanted to interview you on some key moments that I think were very interesting to talk about. But
What'd it do?
the last question I usually ask people is like, I usually ask them, who inspires you to do what, depending on what your focus is. Since yours is cinematography and film and CMI and art shit, well, who inspires you, or what inspires you to be the best possible film guy?
Okay, so ever since like I started my whole journey or whatever back in like high school, that's when I really started to get into like the film shit. Huh?
Shout out the Spartans.
Shout out Spartans, Pebble Hills.
Spartans.
What'd it do? That's when I took my first AV class, right? And back then I wanted to do game design because I was just a fucking nerd.
He was a nerd. He wanted to make Overwatch 2.
Yeah, I wanted to make Overwatch 3. I used to like doodle fucking characters and shit in my books and stuff. It was like that. So I used to want to be in game design just because like I didn't really know what else there was. And I went to AV. I'm like, yo, this shit kind of dope. And by the end of it, I was like, this is what I want to do with my life. You know, it's like there's some people, even now, who still haven't like had that moment of like, this is what I want to do with my life. You know, and everyone finds it. You know, but I'm lucky to have found it that early in high school that like I knew for a fact this is what I want to do with my life. You know, because movies have always been
something
that's
part
of me.
You know,
and you know, video games and movies they're similar. You know.
Yeah, I guess the enjoyment aspect. Yeah,
in a way. Art form. So I've always been like an artistic type. I never really saw myself like being like a scientist, shit like that. Do anything useful.
Scientist.
But anyways, so it all started there, and I guess my biggest inspirations is director Chris Nolan. You know Chris Nolan,
dude.
I love Chris Nolan.
He made
Tenet.
What was that movie called? Cat in the Hat. That's my favorite Chris Nolan movie. You know,
I want to see a Cat in a Hat directed by Chris Nolan.
Dude, that shit would be like
going back in time and shit.
Crazy.
Like, we've got to save the Cat in the Hat.
Fuck.
But like, so my favorite movie of all time is Interstellar, directed by Chris Nolan, and that movie just sort of like just made like a huge like.
It was your sexual awakening to video
for like movies and shit. That shit was that was like euphoric. I was like.
I think that has to be one of my top 5 movies of all time.
Then
another last question: top 5 movies after you finish your.
Okay, we got it. That one's hard, but
you gotta do it.
So like that. After that, like started really like appreciating movies, and like started like looking at movies, like kind of analyzing them, stuff like that. And you know, and that's why Nolan's the reason I want to be a director now. I could be anything in the cinema world technically. Like I could be like a cinematographer. I could be like producer, but I want to be a director. You know, I want to make the movie. I want to call the shots, right? That's like
pretty much,
you know, and that's what I wanted to do. He's like my biggest inspiration for everything that's going on, you know, and yeah, that's it, really.
Christopher Nolan, I like that.
I love Chris.
I'm fucking up my audio. Shout out Christopher Nolan, best Cat in the Hat director. My favorite movie by far.
Yeah, exactly. Cat in the Hat. Watch it.
I think he also did one of the Shreks, but
Google Prime.
Yeah, I think when it comes to directing, it's definitely an avenue I could see you definitely going down, especially because you're really hands-on with a lot of the shit. I mean, a lot of the biggest issue with film and video and audio is it's fucking expensive, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have me. You have the investor. You come in and film your
helping
fucking...
me out. Dude, Vic's bought me like fucking 5 pieces of equipment.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Shout out Vic.
But yeah, directing's cool. That moves on to my next question, top 5 movies.
You got it. So, actually, dude, my top 5 is always like not always changing, but it's like I never fucking had like a solid one. But here is the best I can do.
The most solid that you can get.
So Interstellar, number 1, probably it's my favorite movie of all time. I don't think anything can top it. in my opinion.
Motherfucker has a TV on 24/7. Interstellar.
I'm always
full blast.
Exactly. If you haven't seen it, I recommend a watch. It's 3 hours or some shit, but still.
He owns it on vinyl, the audio.
Yeah.
He owns it on VHS.
I actually did
disc download.
Kind of fucking. Is there? I'm gonna buy an Interstellar soundtrack vinyl.
Dude,
I don't even know if that exists.
I don't know if it exists, but it definitely
Give me
should.
that for Christmas, bro. Anyways,
Bro.
so Interstellar #1 for sure. Chris Nolan, great movie. Number 2 and 3 are like super mixed. Number 2 is this movie called Green Book. Won Oscar a couple years ago. These are interchangeable. But Green Book, it's like a 60s movie, basically a racism movie, like fucking detailing like all the fucked up shit that was going on in the 60s. Right? Yeah, 2018 Oscar winner. Shit. Green Book, solid movie. Really, in my opinion, really underrated.
This movie.
No one really knows about it. It's solid. It's so good.
Yeah, it was pretty solid. All right, go ahead.
And then my third is this movie called Arrival, which is
Arrival.
It's like where the big bean touches down on Earth.
Yeah, Arrival. I've seen that movie too. It's actually pretty lit.
Good alien movie. You know, it's not even that alien-ish, but it's really good. That's my third. My fourth, this one's kind of like out of left field, but probably Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I love that movie. Like as a nerd, that movie is like so. I love that shit. Number 5. That one's kind of hard. I don't. I just like. Number 5 is just all the other movies that I like. They all say to number 5.
You have to choose one.
I have to choose one. Oh shit. Probably Dune. I'll put Dune up there.
Dune was pretty good. I liked that movie. Probably has the best cinematography and sound design I've seen in a movie in a long fucking time.
You know, good visual effects too.
Yeah,
I thought that was really good.
Huge. The fucking huge penis that comes out of the dirt.
Yeah,
that was huge. Literally,
it was good. Huge penis.
I think
that movie was solid.
I really like that movie. Like, I want to watch it again. I have HBO Max. I'll probably watch it tonight, or probably not tonight, but sometime soon because it's long.
Yeah. When we get the lab, I want to play.
Put that shit on the moon.
Yeah.
Or the moon on the lab. Yeah.
The lab, but yeah, that's my top 5. I think.
Nice. My top 5, movie wise, I think you're gonna hate me, but my number 5 for me
is it Cat in the Hat by Chris Nolan.
Yeah. No, it's actually Interstellar. It's number 5.
Okay.
I mean, for me, I think when it comes to movies, sure, audio and visual is super important. I just think that Interstellar, like, you can watch it a million times, but like towards the end, it doesn't get relatable. Like there's no fucking floating sphere.
Yeah, no, it gets weird.
It gets weird. It gets weird. And like the fourth dimension shit's cool. Yeah, it's a pretty good story. That movie's probably number 5. Number 4, this one's my left field, but it's Green Mile.
Green Mile, is that the prison one?
Yeah, the prison one.
Right.
I think that's one of the only movies that's made me cry.
Oh, you know, I think I might swap out Dune for. Have you ever seen Shawshank?
Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's all right.
That one's good.
That's another good prison sad story movie. Yeah, that one. I think one of the more recent movies for number 3 would be what was it? It had that guy, The Black Messiah, I think.
Oh, Judas and the Black Messiah.
Judas and the Black Messiah. Yeah. It's based on the Malcolm X type shit.
Right.
Yeah, that movie was fucking cool.
Yeah.
I really liked the movie. It had some pretty good cinematography. It was super story and history based.
I think all those movies about the 60s are really good.
Yeah, I think it's super hard to capture what the 60s look like, and a lot of the movies that do it good are usually really fucking good.
Yeah. Like
because like who the fuck's gonna find a 1964 Corvette or like Chevy?
I think that's hard as fuck. I think that's harder than like sci-fi.
Oh yeah, because like there's no capping.
You can't make shit up. Yeah,
you can't fucking CGI that shit.
Yeah, like I think finding like all the props and shit for like a 60s movie, that honestly making like an old timey movie is like hard as fuck.
Yeah, there's no
props
shot.
to all the dudes who do that shit.
Yeah, like you have to go into like a 60s diner that's like modernized. You have to take down the TV. You have to take down the fucking radio. You have to take down everything that would have not been around in the 60s, which is pretty difficult. That movie has been one of my favorite movies recently. It's also on HBO Max. Shout out. I think my next one would be, I guess sci-fi wise. I don't know why I like this movie so much, but something about it always draws me back to it every single time that I watch it. Alien Covenant. I love the Alien series, like the Alien versus Predator shit. And Alien Covenant.
I don't think I've actually seen Covenant. Is that one like?
It's one of the more recent ones.
Oh yeah, I think I know which one it is, but I haven't seen it.
It's not Prometheus, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Prometheus is technically before Covenant
Mm-hmm.
in the timeline of Alien. But Alien Covenant was probably my number 2. I don't know why I'm always drawn to that fucking movie, but it's to me I like the otherworldly feel of it. Plus I love horror movies, so the horror aspect is awesome.
Right.
And then for number 1, it's also a horror movie. It would have to be a horror movie. That's kind of how I always narrow it down.
The Conjuring?
No, it's not The Conjuring.
Okay.
The Conjuring has some of the worst not audio, but I guess the worst visual effects I've ever seen.
You don't fuck with The Conjuring?
I love The Conjuring.
I
They're
love The
fun movies to watch, but like
I hate horror, but I love The Conjuring.
no, I don't know if I like The Conjuring.
Like the
when
whole
it comes to-
universe might not be as great, but I thought The Conjuring was good.
Yeah.
Anyways,
No, I
what's
mean
your one?
Conjuring is a good horror movie, but I wouldn't like put it as super visually appealing to
Mhm.
me
Yeah, I get that.
because it's all darkness and there's not much creativity when it
Candlelight
comes
and
to
shit.
yeah,
Like what the fuck's going on? You see a couple eyes. Oh, I'm getting jump scared.
yeah, exactly. They always have that thing where like you're looking at the the main character and in the back something's gonna happen,
Yeah.
and that's how they scare you. It's so fucking overused at this point. But I do like The Conjuring. They're probably my favorite modern
Modern horror.
horror movies, but number 1 is difficult.
Horror,
Cause
right?
huh?
Horror?
It would probably have to be a horror movie.
Yeah. Horror's like my least watched. I'm a pussy.
You're a fucking pussy,
I
dude.
fucking hate horror.
Just watch them at 3 p.m. when the sun's out. That's what I do.
Bet.
Oh, fuck, dude.
You ever seen Midsummer?
Midsummer was all right.
I like that type of horror. It's not even horror. It's like
Eeriness.
it's like fucking creepy.
You just watched it for the orgy at the end. It's fucking
Okay. And?
porn addict. You know, you actually reminded me. Same studio, A24, Hereditary.
Hereditary, yeah. A24 is so good.
They're fucking good. I think Hereditary has to be.
I would love to make movies for A24. They
Yeah.
they just have a feel.
Yeah, no, they're built different.
They do real shit, you know.
Yeah, and it was, dude. I have the most embarrassing story about watching Midsummer because there was obviously like the huge orgy scene at the fucking end. So I go with one of my friends, and it's a she,
Mm-hmm.
and like we don't know each other like that, but at the same time, that movie made us know each other like that. And I was like, dude, this is so fucking awkward. Like I don't even fuck with this bitch that much anymore. Like she was just my friend back then, and it was like 2 or 3 years ago. But I was like, holy fuck, this is not happening. We gotta drive home after this at night. So
fucking dude, that's how you learn.
no, that's not how you learn. But yeah, it probably has to be Hereditary. It was creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
It was scary as all hell. The prolonging of the main jump of the horror aspect was like throughout the entire fucking movie. Like there's definitely spots in Midsummer where you feel safe
Yeah.
for the most part.
You know, like the day scenes where they're just like,
Yeah, they're just fucking around like,
Yeah.
hey, do you want to go?
you want to go
dress
piss
up?
on this old tree?
Yeah, exactly.
And then, dude,
And then they just fucking kill you.
and then they just hang him up, spread eagle. That shit was.
Yeah.
Fucking Midsummer fucking scarred my ass.
Yeah, Midsummer
That
was one of
shit's
those
so
movies that
fucked up.
scars you, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think Midsummer has to be one of my favorite, like off factor movements, like shock off factor
yeah,
movies.
So fucking weird. Like the way they kill the people and shit.
Yeah, it was fucking cool.
hell.
I think they could have done way better with it though. Like there was a lot of like, oh, let's kill this guy with a rock, or let's just disappear this person.
Yeah.
But yeah, A24 has a pretty good
They have like
feel.
their movies are solid.
I feel like all their movies feel super realistic.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all like placed in like modern times with people that accept like modern
maybe that's
things.
what's scary about it. It's like that can happen to you.
Yeah,
It's like say like we go to fucking Sweden, like it can happen to us.
yeah,
For
yeah,
example.
100%. Same thing with like Hereditary.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that was really cool.
Like the
Honorable mentions, Titanic. I always tell people like if anybody asks me what my favorite movie is, I just tell them the Titanic. And they're always like, "Why do you like Titanic? It's such a chick flick." I'm like, it has literally everything, bro. They got good music. They got some fucking.
Okay.
They got destruction and like actual like progressed destruction of the fucking boat. And what else do they have? A good love story, and it's pretty comedy. Like you just see
It's pretty comedy.
Yeah, you just see some old couple just laying in bed as they get fucking frozen. That's fucking hilarious.
It's funny.
And you just see like little kids freezing while you see all the bourgeoisie just in the boat.
True. The bird's controlled by the bourgeoisie.
Exactly.
Have you tried DMT?
I have not. I want to though.
Oh,
Shout out
you
Joe.
serious?
I want to. I want to. I want to see what aliens look like.
Oh, you want to open your fourth eye?
I want to open
Fourth
my
eye.
fifth eye, dude. Holy shit. Yeah.
Cool.
But I think that's it for the podcast. I appreciate you, Patrick INEX. Thank you for
Thank you for the questions.
recording the podcast at
We won't get dinner after this? or what?
9:41. I have to go, dude. I have work, unfortunately.
True
I would
that.
usually feed you like I usually do, but I cannot.
You got it.
But I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching the podcast episode. I'm guessing I think this is episode 14 or 15 or 13. I don't really know.
Yeah. A lot of episodes.
But you're before Pac and Smexy.
Okay.
So that's why you're more valuable
You
as
got
a
it.
human being to me.
Love you guys.
Anyway, thank you all so much
Thanks
for
for
watching.
watching.
Catch you guys next one. Hopefully you'll see the Sun Roaster podcast sometime soon. Peace out.